One,
Hello everyone. Today, me and my team are going to present our analysis of the Gordie Howe's International Bridge Project. I am Rebecca Nureen Khan and my team members are Mishal, Gautami, Akshay, Seth Tejasvi, Balaram and Monica. In this presentation, our goal is to provide a detailed breakdown of this project, focusing on its key aspects of management, execution, and impact. Let's begin with an overview that I will be presenting. The Gordie Howe's International Bridge is an international giant and socio-structural project that merges Windsor, Ontario,
slide
Canada,
please.
and Detroit, Michigan, United States. Its primary goal is aimed at the stimulation of business and tourist traffic between the two countries. The bridge is among the longest cable stayed bridges in the North of America, and it means a big investment in the South Tennessee as an area for economic development. The project is carried out by the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority. Its goal is to increase effectiveness of cross-border operations. Now, my friend Michelle will be speaking about the project scope.
Hi guys, this is Michelle. I'm gonna present the third slide, which is about project scope. So it measures 2.5 kilometers in length and has Canadian and US ports of entry on the international frontier. The project also entails the development of an interchange with the I-75 highway in Michigan. Furthermore, the bridge also includes the walking and cycling facility reserved for the people, making it multi-purpose bridge. Environmental tests were made to show how the project will improve the status of infrastructure and at the same time boost cross-border transport and business. Let's go on the fourth slide, please. Slide 4 is project initiation and planning. Originally constructed as a public-private partnership or P3 model project, the Gordon Howe Bridge project featured a clear project charter. This charter defined the objectives, project boundaries, and interested parties from the project initiation phase. In some segments, Canadian and US rules and regulations on the environmental impact of a venture were followed since feasibility tests and environmental scans were done. A good corporate governance structure were put into place the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority was formed. It was important for stakeholders to be on the same page during the phase of the process. Thank you. Now Akshay is going to take over the next slide.
So I'm going to explain about project execution. There is a clear indication that the execution required the ASEAN and TECO staff through the CFLC contractors, ERAP and American contractors, and there are meticulous adherence to the time schedule and timelines. Modern construction technologies were applied in the process to enhance efficiency and apply sustainable methods in construction. These risks are kept under check, and new issues that arise and addressed by the preparation of appropriate migration measures. Stakeholders were engaged, meaning that every person was updated all the time, thus reducing environmental degradation at the same time. The next slide was project monitoring and controlling. Monitoring and controlling were very critical because they ensured that the project was on the right track, maintaining a strong focus on comparing the um, performance and against the baseline plan already in progress was the identification and control of risk. The focus was on quality control and assessment was done on critical stages. Uh, and to open the WBA and other interested parties. If the goal was staying, of course, the necessary tweaks were made to bring it back on track. And my next slides are going to explain. by Gautami.
Um,
May unmute yourself, please.
Hello everyone, this is Gautami. I'm going to present about the key project components. The project includes three main components: the bridge, US port of entry, and Michigan interchange. The bridge spans 1.5 miles with a 0.53-mile main span, the longest cable stayed in Northern America. The port of entry covers 68 hectares for vehicle inspections, and the Michigan interchange adds new bridges, ramps, and wider intersections to improve traffic flow. And from here, my other teammates will go on. Thank you.
um, Hi, I'm Tejasvi. I will be explaining the key stakeholders. Like any other project, this project also have numerous stakeholders. One of the main stakeholders are WDBA, which is a Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority. They are responsible for managing and delivering the project according to the time and the planning that they have made. The Canadian and US federal governments provide regulatory oversight while local governments in Windsor and Detroit manage local impacts. Private sector partners handle design, construction, operation under a public private partnership model. Local communities and environmental groups are also involved to ensure the project to support its sustainability and minimizes disruption. Overall, all these stakeholders need to collaborate to balance economic, social, and environmental goals across both the nations. My other group mate will continue the project.
Thank you, Tejasvi. This is Balaram. I'm going to present here for project cost management. This project was estimated to cost of 4.4 billion Canadian dollars at the start. At the start, this was a big expenditure on both parts. Actual expenses were carefully monitored and controlled to prevent costs from exceeding the budgeted amounts provided. Contingency was provided for to cover the other incidental expenses. The Canadian officials made sure that the project's finances were also controlled by the Windsor Detroit Bridge Authority and government auditors. Much of the cost for this project were divided between Canada and United States as cost-sharing arrangements, while further convictional cost-benefit analysis were conducted concurrently with the evaluation of cost-sharing arrangements to improve the life cycle of the project. Next slide, please. So the resources for this project are there were very there were ma- there were very many resources used in this project. There was significant labor input from both the countries, Canada and the US. But specialized engineering and project managers managed the project. The construction was done using modern techniques and materials of construction, engineering, and construction equipment were employed. Funds were raised with the help of public and the private sectors, and the tracking tools were technologies. This also including sourcing and purchasing from local businesses and suppliers, which benefits both the local economy and the needs of this project. Thank you. From here, Monica, you will go on.
So I'm presenting project success assessment. According to the project management success factors, the Gordie International Bridge project will be evaluated in the terms of the project scope, time, and cost. Major milestones were accomplished, and its stakeholder seems to have been satisfied up to the current point. Most of the radical risk of conceptions were identified and controlled efficiently. Subsequently, the bridge is expected to have a long-term positive impact by improving the reach and efficiency of transport across the border. Nevertheless, further evaluation will be necessary to define the border consequences, primarily the economic changes that the authors assume based on the presented data. In conclusion and questions, therefore, the Gordie International Bridge project can be considered one of the successful cross-border cooperation of Canada and the US. However, challenges have been overcome by function of a well-defined scope, time, and cost frame project. Not only will it facilitate the enhancement of trade and communication between the two countries, but it will also bring everlasting profits. With that, let us present the questions and portion of the meeting where you can ask anything you need to. And references. Here are the references that we have been using throughout the project. Thank you for watching.